Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Toss a Mic to Your Twitcher. We are graced today with Yash of Hero Trainer and the Hero Trainer app, and he's going to tell you more about that. But for the next hour plus, we're going to be talking, getting to know Yash, getting to know the person behind the app and behind the Twitch channel. So without further ado, let me toss it on over to him, and he's going to introduce himself and tell you a little bit more about him.
Hey everyone, it's nice to be on the show to toss a mic to your Witcher. My name's Yash. I'm the founder of Hero Trainer, a mobile app where you can earn rewards in your favorite video game for exercising. It's on iPhone and on Android, and so far we have a bunch of popular games that you can earn rewards for, from Minecraft, Fortnite, to Apex Legends, to recently we added Call of Duty. There's a bunch more as well. So nice to meet all of you and be here on this show with John Roberts, and participate in this interview.
There we go. Short, sweet, and to the point. All right, so as we go along, everybody, just so you're aware, we welcome any questions you have. We're thinking of just saving them all to the end, and then we'll get to them then, just so we can kind of keep the flow that we got set up here for us. But with that said, we're going to get right into it. Can you tell us more about this Hero Trainer app thing? What's that all about?
Yeah, so basically you would use the app like it syncs with Apple Health or Google Fit on your phone, and you go out for a walk, and for every step you take, you earn points, and then you trade those points for rewards in that game. So if I wanted to get 30 days of WoW time, or if I wanted to get a new skin for my Apex character, if I wanted coins in Minecraft, I would work up till I had enough points and then spend that in that game. And as you get higher level in the app, you can get more points, and you can work with your friends to earn even more points in a guild. So it kind of has that community feature of working with your friends to accomplish a major goal of getting a reward in your favorite game.
Nice, that's awesome. And real quick, just gonna acknowledge chat. Protocol welcome in, official welcome in, 2 Cent Solution. Damn, you guys are blowing it up already. But what's good, everybody? Sorry to take away from you, Yash. Just want to make sure everyone knows we're listening, but this is about Yash. We're going to turn the spotlight more on him. But that's awesome about the Hero Trainer thing. I really got to say I love the guild feature. I love being able to make that more of a social aspect and get to add a little bit of healthy competition into it. Just to follow up on that, are there any sort of rewards or anything for guilds?
Yeah, so the guild feature would just, a very recent feature that we added in the last 2 weeks or so. It kind of works like a season. So it's an 8-week season, and based on how many steps your guild collectively walks, at the end of the season, you'll get a certain amount of points. So if you're in the top 5%, top 10%, top 20%, and you can also expand the size of your guild. So you guys can all work together and donate points to your guild so that you can invite even more members. Right now, I believe, if you guys don't know, we have one of our moderators is actually from Hero Trainers actually here. He goes by BHL Home or Official Masshole Gaming. He's right over there. And his guild, I believe, is crushing it or is in the top 5 right now. But you can earn even more points by being top 5%, 10%, 20%. It's tiered what reward you get.
Nice. So kind of like a ranked season in any of your favorite games like Apex or Overwatch or anything like that. Sounds like it's kind of similar. Exactly.
Very heavily inspired by those games.
That's awesome. Shamelessly inspired, one might say. That's awesome. Quick shout out to the Wasted Crew on Hero Trainer app. If you're looking for a guild, we still have a bunch of spots, and we're crushing it. Top 5%. Let's go, baby. Oh, Savannah's call to action. Let's kick his ass, John. Ooh, okay. All right, so everybody watching, come join the Wasted Crew. Anyway, I'm talking too much. This isn't about me. And but on that note, we're all dying to know, why the name Hero Trainer? What appeals to you about, what does being a hero mean to you?
Deep question, but let's
Hmm.
do it. So actually, the original question, the name I was going for, something related to like metamorphosis or transforming, or like I was like metamorphio or something along the lines of that. I was like the whole thing about transforming, growing, changing yourself, starting off in a cocoon and then blossoming into like a big swole butterfly,
Ooh, okay.
but hero trainer kind of encompasses two aspects of that, right? So one part is, in any game you play, you are, for the most part, you're usually the hero in that game. You play the main character, whether it's single player or you're an online RPG. You play the hero, and the trainer obviously aspect encompasses the fitness side of that. So combination of the two is, it was pretty easy to combine this together. Hero trainer, like train to be a hero in our world, in the real world, and also in your virtual world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I gotta say, it's awesome. I mean, again, I'm making it about me. I'm doing this too much. But what really attracted me to the idea when I first saw you on Instagram and everything was that idea of the dichotomy of having both being a hero in real life the same as you are as a hero in the game. And I think the idea that you mold those two and literally tie your physical transformation into a digital one is just such a cool concept that really clearly resonates with people. We already got chat blowing up here, excited about it. But so
Yeah,
I guess
I
to
I think. Go ahead.
no, no, you go, you go.
I was just gonna say thank you for that.
Of course, you can ask the wife. Like immediately when I found you, I was like, "This is such a cool idea. Why has no one thought of this?" I was like, "Oh man, just you get in-game rewards just for tracking your steps and everything. It's so cool. It's a very unique concept." But
um,
just to force you to get deep with it, personally, what do you feel makes a hero?
what do I feel makes a hero? I think the most important aspect of a hero is showing up every single day, even when things aren't going their way.
Hmm.
It For most people, they just kind of, if you haven't had to deal with any hard hard things in your life, I don't think you can quite be a hero.
Hmm.
I think it's someone that's suffered continuously on a daily basis, that's there the next day. And I think over time they will eventually, things will look easy to them, or like look easy to other people around them. But I think it's that they're showing up every single day when it's been very hard for them. So I know someone who's just starting off at the gym. That first step, just coming over to the gym and trying to lift weights, despite what he's worried about people's impressions of him. He's worried about doing the form correctly. He's worried about starting with a low weight. Or maybe it's someone who's starting to walk again. It just like it can. I think that's what being a hero is: just showing up to a place where the odds are kind of weighted against you, but whether physically, psychologically, or emotionally, and you stand up every single time, regardless of the expectation. Like very Captain America-esque. Like,
Hmm.
and when he in the beginning of the movie, he gets knocked down time and time again when he's like this weak little dude with a trash can, like a candle, but he keeps coming back up, and I think that's kind of what I think a hero is.
That's awesome. So it sounds like a big part of that to you is overcoming adversity, really highlighting that, not necessarily being perfect, but having these challenges that you continuously rise above.
Precisely, exactly. Overcoming adversity, and sometimes overcoming adversity may take years, or yeah, I guess years for you to accomplish. It might not be the next day or week, but you're still there to show up and fight that battle.
It's awesome. It's a very unique perspective. And I've got to say, while we're on the topic of adversity and overcoming things and constantly working on. I want to bring to people's attention that you suffer from a form of epilepsy, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
And if you're comfortable with it, if you don't mind just telling us kind of about some of the challenges that has caused for you, and then some of like what you're talking about, how you've overcome it and continue to work at it or overcome it.
Absolutely. So I was diagnosed pretty late in my life with a type of epilepsy called generalized seizure disorder. So it happened when I was my first seizure happened when I was 20, 23. Yeah, about 23. Um, and it was a surprise to everyone. I was just brushing my teeth, and like my sister just hears me. Sorry for the motion about with what I'm doing with my pen over here, but I was brushing my teeth, and I just had a seizure, and I fell on the floor, and ambulance came, and took me to the hospital, got an MRI, and they're like, oh, everything's fine. Um, but I'm like, no, this definitely can't be the case. So we went to a specialist, got the whole thing set up. Like I had an electrode cap on my head for 48 hours. So I look like,
Oof.
that scene with Keanu Reeves with, he's like the beginning of the Matrix with all those things attached to his head.
Yep.
Like that's what I look like. Like just
Oof.
everything was attached. So I had that on my head for 48 hours. And they're like, okay, you definitely have epilepsy. And every 4 seconds, you kind of have this seizure wave. So it goes like whoop, and it interrupts just your flow of any thought you have. Every 4 seconds, it will interrupt a thought because of this wave, the seizure wave. And sometimes, in a very rare scenario, it will break that threshold and cause your entire, like basically tip your entire brain, and it will not like physically, but it will tip your brain waves and cause everything to just kind of go out of sync and cause like catastrophe, which is what results in a seizure. Where I'm kind of, a seizure for most people who aren't aware of what, like, there's different types of seizures, and one of them, the one that I have, is called a grand mal seizure. It's where my eyes rolling back, I'm like biting at my teeth are chattering, my body's shaking uncontrollably, I'm foaming at the mouth. It's a
Oof.
very it really takes a lot of energy out of it. It really looks like something out of The Grudge, dude. Like I'm losing, like I look like a horror monster, and just exhausted from something like that. But I have these seizure waves every 4 seconds. So then when he said that, I'm like, bro, listen, this is probably like a one-time thing, because it does happen to some people where you just have it once in your life and you're done. So I was like, listen, I'm not going on any medication. I'm not touching anything. It'll be done. So I was fine from that day for about 2 more years, and then another seizure happened. And this time I'm like, just like the realization that this is something that's here to stay for life.
Mm.
Um, Most likely, people who are diagnosed, who have two or more seizures, are basically going to be on medication, epilepsy medication, for the rest of their life. Because if you're on the medication, you don't know if you're no longer having seizures, or if the medication is working and stopping those seizures. It's one of the, you can definitely
Right.
go off medication, but then you also have the risk of having a seizure at a inopportune time. Um, so I went through like multiple medications when I first started off with the new diagnosis, and unfortunately, there was, the medications themselves were, some of them even caused me to have more seizures. And,
Oof.
one time I was actually lifting weights, which was scary. I was doing like I was doing a shoulder press, and I was lucky. I was like done, just about to re-rack the weight, that, or so I was re-racking the weight and was taking the weights off. That would happen. But I guess it was in just a way that only part of the bar fell on me, but it's still like it was a 45-pound bar that just kind of hit me on my collarbone.
Oof.
So,
Yeah.
but I was like, okay, yo, this is that kind of scared me away from medication entirely. I tried, I was like, okay, I know I'm very against like homeopathic or like alternative types of medicines and things like that. Since I have a background in biomedical engineering, so it's like there's got to be something out there that isn't one of these medications that I can try. So there was this CBD oil has actually been approved for a rare form of epilepsy. And I was like, okay, what if we can, I don't know if it's going to work for my type of epilepsy because, it hasn't been done in a controlled study, but what if it could actually help, let's give it a shot. Like, at least in this, it can't do anything worse than what happened with the drug that I was taking before. So I tried that, and that was actually helping me for a good amount of time. Like the number of seizures I was having was going down. I was having one seizure every couple months, as opposed to one every 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Oof.
And that kind of worked out for a while, but then I guess I built a tolerance to it, and it just stopped working. It just didn't, whether that was placebo, like whatever it was, it just stopped working. So I'm on a different medication now. So again, it's like dealing with epilepsy is more of a annoying. It feels annoying because again, I don't really get to and the people who love me, it's more terrifying to them. But at any moment, I could die, and for me, I wouldn't know because I would be dead if that. I mean, this is very morbid, but everyone else has to live with me just dropping, hitting my head on on the bathroom, or or if I'm outside riding a bicycle, everything that suddenly I have to basically live in grandma, like a nanny state where everything is made out of like pillows and mattresses and things like that in a perfect world, but that's not realistic if I wanted to be safe. But so ultimately, it just kind of, for me, I've already accepted that there is a high likelihood that I could die in any of these scenarios, just going out for a walk, and and it just kind of, that's just life. These are the cards I've been dealt. It sucks. And the best I can do is, control the things I can. So certain things that do make the likelihood of seizures go down are not drinking alcohol. So I've been sober for about 8 months at this point, which sucks because there's a lot of times I want to drink like beer. I'm trying to, like my girlfriend's drinking some nice wine, like the whiskey and scotch. I'm like, I just want it. Or like, sleeping on time. That's always been a tough one for me, and it still is, to be honest. That's the toughest one. But like getting like my full 8 to 10 hours of sleep every day, just can be hard because like I have friends who are like up gaming, or I have friends who are out doing stuff. So like it's like, okay, there goes a chunk of my social life, So I mean, there's some challenges with just like the impact on that side. So like before COVID happened, my friends were like, let's go on a trip to like an island off of Spain. They may not invite me because I can't drink, and I'm like, damn. Like, I mean, I get it, but it kind of impacts. They're still my friends stuff, but they're like, I don't know if you would have a good time, or you like, what would you do? And then I'm like, damn. But like, it does really impact you in that way. So it's really just affected that aspect. And even if I control my epilepsy for year or couple of years, I can't drink because again, the medication itself is really affects my liver, one. And if I go off the medication and I go back to say try drinking again or anything, I could have a seizure and then I'm back at the same thing, and that next time could be fatal. So like every time it's rolling a dice, like, and depends just how much risk I'm willing to take just for a pint of beer, or yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of what it boils down to.
Wow, very informative. Thank you very much for sharing all that with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was very long-winded.
No.
So again, if you had any questions along the way,
Yeah, everyone drop your epilepsy questions down in the chat. But sounds like you're doing a good job balancing, long-term benefit and longevity versus some of these short-term, things that we all enjoy or all might want in the moment, but you have to really balance that with your long-term health. So good on you. Good on you for doing what you're doing.
yeah. And one thing I will add, like I guess one of the things I did forget to add was like working out, like weightlifting. There was a period of time where I had to like wear a helmet to just use the gym in the basement before, we made it safer, which made me look silly. Like I remember my neighbor came out, it's like, why are you wearing a helmet? She looked at me like I was, handicapped, and I was like, well, I guess in a way I am, but it was just like, come on, like, I don't want to go into it, but yeah, it was just frustrating. Like it works, but I look silly.
Yeah. Rickety, it's a good question. If you don't mind, again, sharing more, but he says, about how long does a seizure usually last? A typical episode.
Yeah, so a typical episode could be anywhere from like 10 seconds all the way to 5 minutes at that point, which is where it becomes lethal because you can't breathe. So you should you should try to, when you see someone having a seizure, the best thing you can do is keep tabs of roughly how much time has passed when they've had the seizure. So like at the 4-minute mark, I would start calling 911. And so that you can they can be resuscitated after that. So like first responders can come and resuscitate the person relatively quickly. Because they can go up to 5 or 6 minutes, and at that point the person is usually in very critical state.
Good information. I'm sorry, my dog's losing his mind back there. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but
we care. It's all good though. Don't worry.
He says hi. That's Moose, everybody. He says hi. So I guess kind of shifting gears, but kind of not. I'm my curiosity more on the fitness side of things. I'm into that kind of thing, but like you talked about a little bit, you have to kind of adapt to be able to keep doing what you're doing. Are there types of fitness that you've gravitated towards because of your condition that it just seemed to make more sense, or you still get to get in there and lift those heavy weights and everything? I gotta imagine there's kind of that, that little bit of fear the next time you're overhead pressing and you know that you've dropped the barbell on you in the past.
That's an excellent question. So before I was doing more or less, like avoiding like just heavy weight. I was doing more like body weight exercises and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've actually just been working out. My girlfriend comes on the weekend, and she just spots me for a bunch of everything. So it's more it allows me to do the exercises I want, but still have the safety of a spotter. So even if my weight might be very light, whatever it is, or I have a special rack now that has kind of guard bars as well, so it can catch things. That allows me to, worst case scenario, it gets caught. So I can fortunately now continue to do the same exercises I wanted to do. But before it was, body weight. Before I had that equipment, or my girlfriend was more into weightlifting. It was just body weight.
It's awesome. Well, good for you for overcoming it and getting back on the horse, so to speak. But what I guess, because it sounds like you were already lifting and working out before these seizures popped up initially. So what initially got you into fitness? Have you always been kind of a physical person, or was it an acquired taste? Just what got you into it?
Yeah. So actually, so the epilepsy kind of, it's kind of like taking me on like a loopy wave of like staying fit, not staying fit because each seizure would just kind of set me back. But in the beginning, in high school is where I really started getting fitness. I was like, I wanted to play football in high school, and I had a friend who was, you know, who played football at my sophomore year of high school. And I was this like super nerdy kid, and I weighed 100 pounds in high school when I tried out for JV varsity, the football thing. But the thing is, they didn't really have a tryout system. It wasn't like you would run routes, you wouldn't try to lift weights or things like that. It would just be you start your training in January of like the year, and then you train all the way to September, and if you survive, then you will be on the team. That was it. So we would have like 300 people on the team in January, and by September you would have about 40 or 50 people on the team. So I learned like from coaches like proper squat form, proper deadlift form, proper bench, just like every major lift form. And that really got me more into it because I was learning. It was good to have like those role models who were teaching me things. And even though my bench weight was like, I'd be like maxing out when I started. I was like maxing out at like 5 pounds on the bench bar,
Hell
So,
yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
I became kind of, and the funny thing is, like in high school, I was horrible at football, like horrible at football, but I still, I was there because it was a good place to, just, play football. It was fun for the most part. Obviously it was grueling workouts, but also it was a great place to connect with friends. And I didn't end up trying varsity because I was pretty beat from 2 years of in JV, but it did set the groundwork for fitness for me. Yeah.
It's awesome. So you've kind of been into fitness, like you said, in one form or another since then?
Yeah. So I'd say like weightlifting became the kind of the thing I would always try to do. Like I would play like little sports here and there, like a little tennis, like I I would say nothing quite. Like in college I did some flag football, but nothing beyond. Yeah, it would be centered mostly around weightlifting. Oh, I did do some like I guess to call it a sport isn't quite fair, but I did do like Indian dancing, which it's called Bhangra, which is it's like explosive Indian dance style, but it's not quite a sport. But they have insane competitions for it, and I was on the college dance team for that.
Damn. That's intense.
It's really fun to watch, even if you have no idea what's going on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, thank you for bringing that to my attention, Henry. Seems like I see you fine, but it looks like on my stream it's frozen. So let me refresh that really quick here. Glad we caught it early. Sorry about this. 1 second for technical difficulties. All right, say words.
Hello?
All right, I think we're back in business. Thank you, Hammered. Appreciate you pointing that out. All right. So that's awesome. So one more time, what was the name of the Indian dance style? So I can do some research.
It's called Bhangra.
Bhangra.
And
Cool.
yeah, Bhangra. You can just like look it up on YouTube. I'll type it in the chat, so you can just like look up a video of it later. But like the music is very hype. a lot of times you may even have heard it. Like a lot of times, some DJs may even put it in like in American weddings because the backbeat or just it's just really really hype music.
Sounds awesome.
So yeah, I used to be on the college dance team for that, which was a lot of fun. But it's not like like college swimming or soccer or anything like that.
Hey, it still counts. That sounds like I wouldn't be able to do that. It's a lot of cardio.
It is cardio for sure. It's a lot of cardio.
Well, while we're on the topic, you mentioned that you went to school for biomedical engineering. You want to tell us a little bit about that? What brought you to that field?
Yeah. So I was always, my long-term vision when I was in high school was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. Like this is what I want to do. It's kind of like cultural, like as a Indian culture, you're gonna be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. Those are like your three options. So when I went there, I still had an interest. Like I performed pretty well in biology when I was in high school. So I was like, okay, like biology's looking pretty, doctor's looking pretty good for me. And then I went through my like first semester in college of just like bio related classes, and I was like, no, there's no way I can do this for there's no way I can do this for like 8 years or whatever number of years required to become a doctor. So I was just like, okay, I think I can be, I could do, do this with engineering, and that would probably be a better fit for me because I'm still pretty decent at math. And you just need balance between the two to become a biomedical engineer. So I was like, this is perfect.
That's awesome. And did you find that you got to use those skills, those acquired skills? Did you ever hop into a job that help you with developing the Hero Trainer app? Like, where can we see Yash's stamp on the biomedical engineering world?
So the really funny thing is my senior design project, before I even had epilepsy or any thing related to it, I developed for my senior design project, developed a senior detection device. And it would tell you if you were having a seizure 10 minutes before you did, except you just had to wear like this 10, electrode cap thing all the time. But it would work with your phone. It would send your message to your phone and send you a message before you had a seizure. I was like, so
That's
it
awesome.
was, I did some like random, like where you would find kind of my stamp on the biomedical engineering world is just like random projects like that. And I did some work and, but nothing that like on like I did research papers and things like that. But unless you're like heavily invested in this space, you probably won't, come across anything like that sort. But you could probably Google my name and, the school I went to, and you might find like, oh, like Yash developed this, or Yash is like, something like this. This is Yash's name on like a research paper. That's about it.
That's very cool, man. That's awesome. That's more research papers than I've been a part of.
It's all
um,
good. All good.
so shifting gears a little bit, I want to kind of highlight the fact that you are yourself also a Twitch streamer as well. Can you tell us a bit about what got you into the Twitch space and what you play, what kind of things you like to accomplish on your channel?
Absolutely. So I always liked the idea of learning from people, and I think Twitch is a great place to do that and connect with people. So for making an app like Hero Trainer, I was like, this is also a great place for me to learn get feedback about Hero Trainer from people, but also, you know, connect to other members of the Twitch community, kind of build this, it's a give and take community from both the people who use my app and the people who are enmeshed in the Twitch community. So I could learn, for an example, like, learn from you, like more about weightlifting and things like that when I watch your streams. And also support your stream in a really productive way by like rating your stream. So it allows me to help support the channels I like, but also, go to my friends and be like, hey, or go to the people who watch my stream and be like, hey, what do you like about this new update? And really interact with them on a more community basis.
I will say, one thing I find incredibly unique about your streams is the fact that you're fully implementing the development of your app, the latest updates, the latest features coming out. You're integrating it into your stream in a way, like you said, that you can get real-time feedback from people that are interested, and then people come for the content, stay for the app, or vice versa. It seems like you kind of have gotten both crowds, at least in my experience, checking you out. Like when you were releasing those updates.
That is what I'm going for. Yeah, for sure. That's a great perspective. But that is what I'm shooting for. And I missed the second part of that question, which was what games am I playing? So I've been heavily playing more like first person shooters. Especially Valorant has been the one that really has taken off for me recently. And the reason why I usually play that is because that's the one I can play with my friends. It's fun. So we have kind of a group of five of us, at sometimes 7 of us that sub in depending on who can and can't play during the stream. But we get some really fun banter going, and it's just a great time. So I usually stick to Valorant. We used to do Apex from time to time, but again, we would only have 2 or 3 of us. But now we can get the full squad. Call it good squad. Not good, but we call ourselves the good squad, and just have a blast. It's kind of just what it's about, just infectious fun.
That's awesome. So while we're on the subject, what's your favorite thing about streaming? And either your least favorite or the hardest thing about streaming?
Favorite thing about streaming? I would say definitely meeting people from around the world. One of the most interesting experiences I've ever had was, especially when I just started off, I had people who would come to my channel to practice English, which was cute, but also cute, sad that they were coming to check out my channel just because they knew no one was there, so they could talk. But also it was also cool because I could ask them about this person in a random city in Poland, what his life was like. It was just a cool way to connect with someone like that I would never ever come across in no matter in any other way besides Twitch. I would say the thing I, dislike or, I've struggled with Twitch is, always being engaging. I think that can be hard because I think part of being a Twitch streamer, you have to, make it exciting because someone's sitting there watching you play games and you have to be able to engage with them in a great way that's also enticing for them to come back. So I know a lot of people come to my streams to support Hero Trainer or the mission, but sometimes, I'm not so sure if they're coming because they're having a good time. So I'm trying to, and some days when you don't feel like streaming, so I guess this is more about me, but some days when you don't really feel like streaming, but you kind of got to stay on the schedule. So you don't break the schedule, but you also, it kind of kills the vibe. So it's hard. I think that finding that balance of keeping it always exciting, like a TV show, and just not having the energy or kind of the knowledge or maybe the character to do so. You have to get into that. People talk about it like the stream voice, the way my girlfriend picks up on immediately. It's the way you talk on the stream versus the way you talk to me on the phone are completely different. And I was oh wow, I have a completely different, almost slowly diverging characters, but you have you kind of become a TV character at some point. So I think that's the thing I dislike about it.
Yeah, that's a very interesting perspective. I know personally it took me a long time to get used to the idea that even if, nothing particularly is going on, you have to just talk and try to explain what you're doing, like almost like you're narrating yourself when normally you have those internal thoughts, you just make them external. And it's a really kind of almost counterintuitive skill for a lot of us that aren't used to just speaking constantly. I guess I'm kind of an extroverted introvert. On public, people think I'm extroverted, but in reality, I just kind of like keeping it myself. That's one fun thing about stream, I think. If you really lean into that, you end up kind of creating that character, like you said, but it's almost like one portion of your personality that's enhanced and put out there. So I think as long as you're true to yourself and people, even if you're making this enhanced character, it is still true. It's still part of you. And I think people really pick up on it. And I've seen a lot of people really, but like the way you talk to chat and the way you're just always genuinely positive and uplifting about people is incredible to see. And I don't think there's enough of it out there nowadays.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. And I think that's a really good way to describe it and analyze it.
Yeah. All right, so let's stop getting too deep into those annoying questions about your duality as a person and all that fun stuff. And I guess just real briefly, if you want to just talk quickly, I know you have kind of been gathering a team of influencers, Discord mods, and other people that are really helping you prop the hero trainer up, making the stream run smoothly, making your Discord run great. You want to just tell us a bit about how that works, and if people want to get involved, if they can get involved, or how any of that works, if you would.
Absolutely. When we started Hero Trainer, and I mean, I guess this still does apply. We reached out to people that we believed would, a year from now, 2 years from now, would be at a much higher, they have much more mesh in certain social media communities. They have qualities of being, very driven. They kind of are very kind people. They are people who are very intelligent. They are very confident in themselves. And again, I'm just going to be talking about you, John. But John is an example of what an influencer looks like, right?
That just sounds like I'm fishing for compliments.
We started, I would say, John, I think when I reached out to you, probably were at maybe 50, 60, maybe 100 followers or something on Instagram. I don't know. It was somewhere, I think it was on the lower side, but I know, I know it very deeply that John's going to be a partner. I think it's unquestionable that John is going to be a Twitch partner. I don't know when that will happen. And frankly, I'm not worried when, because I know he has the capabilities to be one. And more importantly, kind of the community he's building around himself, right? He's doing a lot of good things along the way. And I think that's the most important thing, right? He's not becoming a Twitch partner for, for just gaming. He's becoming a Twitch partner for fitness and gaming, which I think is combining those two elements has always been the challenge. Helping people and inspiring people to, try out powerlifting, or try more heavy lifts, or get their significant others into lifting. I think that is really cool. So the best way to reach out, I wouldn't say you have to have any threshold of a full number of followers, or exactly, you need to have any level of certain number of followers. You just have to exhibit the qualities of a hero: driven, intelligent, kind of focused on tying fitness and gaming together. And I kind of just show how much you are I think that trajectory, John, back when we first reached out to him, and John today, on entirely different levels. You could see it visually and also in metrics that the community he's built. So if you are interested in something like that, reach out to us. And if you're interested in more of, maybe not the social side, but more on the moderating side, we do have a Discord community. And you guys do have a high bar to kind of reach for that as well. that you can see him right here. Brendan BHL Lahome. He's been our moderator for a couple months now, and he's been there at every stream. Now, you don't have to be there at every stream, like the other moderators don't show up, but he is heavily invested in the mission. He takes care of the Discord. He makes sure, people are all acting and behaving correctly. He kind of incites discussion in Discord channel and the moderation channel, and he even kind of connects very deeply and personally to some of the other members of the community. Talks about some challenges he's faced. It's just the type of person we want in our community. We're trying to make kind of a community where it's just open and you can connect with the people, just anyone. And we support everyone's mission to make content. So we have another moderator who is working on her own streaming channel, and she can just post that in our Discord as well. So the idea is we're looking for people who are, again, driven, intelligent, confident in who they are. And damn, I missed one, but I don't know which one I missed.
Tall and tattooed.
I need a tattoo of this. But it's trade space, not follower space. I think that's the best way to summarize it. So you can definitely reach out if you are interested in something of that nature.
Awesome. Well, you way oversold me, but I appreciate the kind words. Yash is an incredible mod team, incredible disc mod team. The homie over there, literally, he's not lying. Every single time I've come to Hero Trainer, which I don't do often enough, but every time I do, he's always there. Hey, what's up? I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm always here. It's incredible to see that he's got people like that are supporting the mission. And like you said, if any of you are interested in getting involved, there's always things you can do. And join the Discord too. If you have that link, Yash, you're more than welcome to drop it down below. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but you're more than welcome to drop the Discord if people want to join that community and see what it's all about.
For sure. 1 second, I can get that set
no
up.
worries.
I think, and Brendan might even beat me before because he's such a good mod. He might beat me before I get that up.
He's quick.
Second.
Maybe the delay will work in your favor. A few seconds delay. Let's see, everyone, drum roll. Here's the real amazing race.
What?
Just real quick. Hey, Simone, welcome in. TS Blade, welcome in. Thermic Nuke, yeah, sorry, I'm not gaming today. We're chatting with Yash. He's the creator of Hero Trainer app. He's an absolute badass and way undersells how awesome he is. But everybody else that's come in, welcome in. Yeah, 2 Cent says, nice that you guys are pulling in people to help. Yeah, Yash is, while he's obviously he's a biomedical engineer and graduate, he's incredibly intelligent, but he's not afraid to reach out to others for help, which is one thing that's really cool about him. He's not a stuck-up asshole, like plenty of people are out there.
I feel like I could say the same thing for you, John. Like, you're not a stuck-up asshole, and you definitely undersell yourself a lot.
I oversell. Under-deliver. That's the goal.
I say commonly, like, these are too many kind words. I can't take them.
Yeah, I can't. No, uncomfortable. I gotta get out of here. All right, guys, I'm out. Oh yeah, 2 Cent says, you gotta remember that you can't change the world on your own. Exactly. It takes an intelligent man to admit that you need help. My opinion.
True. That's true.
But while we're on this topic we're kind of on the topic, I'm gonna steer it a little bit. So we've kind of heard how Hero Trainer is now, the team that you've collected together and continue to build. Where are we headed? What's the future hold for Hero Trainer? What are the newest features coming out? What is your 1 year plan and your 5 year plan, per se?
Yeah, these are great questions. I'm very excited about the future of Hero Trainer. We're looking at short term, we're going to try build up this guild feature that we've seen a lot of excitement for. People are very excited that they can, now like before Hero Trainer was solo app where you kind of run on your own. Now you're kind of working all together, competing against other guilds. Like that's exciting. So we're going to try to grow that flame. But we're looking at more of a direct sync opportunity with the game. So right now we have one official partner, which is they make the game called Minion Masters. And if we can directly sync with that game and show that there is proof that users who, and when I say directly sync, I mean I go out for a run and my character or like my account in Minion Masters directly just increases in currency and gold or rubies or all different gems and stuff from me just walking. If we can show that this hypothesis is actually valid and take that to another game company, then we can really add partners very quickly. And that's where I think the future is. We are going to add like shorter term than that. We're going to add the opportunity for you to earn points for any type of exercise. So like you're going to lift weights, boom, I got points. I'm going to, go swimming, I'm going to earn points. We're going to go climbing, I'm going to earn points. And I think what's kind of slowed that kind of project down is because of COVID and the fact that no one really has access to any of those at the moment. So we're kind of slowing that down. So long-term vision, again, like too long, my mind's kind of all jumbled, but I would say short-term, focusing more on the guild feature. Little longer term, we're looking at, adding the ability for you to earn points for any type of exercise. And longest term is directly integrating with that game, like integrating with partners where you're like, hey, like I'm going to go for a walk. And instead of like getting the reward code and then going into the game, putting it in, assuming it exists, because a lot of times people don't have the code because it's out of stock, but you can just directly get your character stronger, faster, more points, etc.
That's awesome. I gotta say, you better beware of the wasted crew once lifting weights counts for points. We're gonna be the strongest guild out there for sure.
Absolutely,
sorry.
Absolutely.
My dog approves too.
If we could I think that'd be cool. Like just completely spitballing. If we could find a way to like measure strength, like in a way that people can't game the system, like you have gloves or some shit, and like they're like pulling or pushing, and you're like, oh, this is I don't know, like a 300-pound bench or like something crazy. It like picks that up in the app.
Yeah, that would be awesome. There we go. That's the long term goals, right?
Long term, and like even like long term goal is Hero Trainer making our own game. So
that's on the radar for down the road. That's sick.
But like that's like we would have to make millions and millions of dollars to fund something like that, or have like here's the $20 million investment for building a game. Like something crazy like that.
For the record, I'll go on a record now on May 27th, 2020, almost 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's only a matter of time, man. This idea, like you said, it's wildfire. It's gonna catch fire, and as soon as you have that model that you can show to other companies, I know we're gonna be hearing about, oh, hey, the latest Fortnite season's out. Integrate right with Hero Trainer. Bing bang boom. Here's V-Bucks for walking. Like I know. I see it on the horizon. I can visualize it. It's just such a cool concept.
It's actually happening right now. Like, so there's other companies who are like really like, we don't have any competitors right now, but there's so many flirting with the idea very aggressively. There's like Kickstarters and things like that are all trying very similar things that are just around the horizon. So your sense is accurate. They are there. They're getting ready for something like this. People are, we're just kind of charging first in the battle, and we're hoping we'll get it, done first right.
That's awesome. I can't wait. It's a bright world for Hero Trainer coming up. Yeah, let me see. I'm probably the worst influencer ever. I always forget where my like code is because 2cent is looking to sign up here, and I always forget where it is. How am I that bad?
So you can, yeah, we'll probably just work on a better UI for you, but like,
We need like a Barney
you
style
go to the
UI for me.
marketplace, and then you like, you look at bonus aura.
That's
There's a
where it
refer
is.
button.
Yep. I swear, I love these guys. I'm just an idiot about this kind of stuff. All right, let me.
That's all good. We'll try to clean it up. But that's our that's something we have to work on. If it's not easily accessible for everyone, then it's not good UI, or it can be UI that can be improved.
Ooh. Wait, shit! I'm doing this on stream, taking everyone's time. I'm sorry. Is it under the? Oh, you said under the marketplace. I knew that. I knew that. Refer, that big giant refer button. Yeah. All right, I got you. I got you, 2cent. We're gonna get a solid referral here. I believe in us. Woo! Just as long as you join the Wasted Crew Guild. Shout out Wasted Crew. We're top 5% with only 13 members right now. All these other guilds rocking 50, and we're out here with 13 crushing it. So, game time. We got this.
Yeah.
I'm not competitive at all, I promise.
Yeah, so you crushing it with 13. That's impressive.
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah, if you type that in, I think while you're signing up, they give you an option to enter the referral code. Unless I'm mistaken.
No, that's correct.
That bad.
Yeah. Enter referral code. Yep.
Well, that's incredibly awesome. I can't wait for the future of this app. I can't wait for the future of your stream too. Do you have any big plans on the stream end of things?
I think stream end, like I guess I'm gonna try to do more like fitness gaming type activities. Like, we did this for a while where I do like an Apex fitness stream, but that like sort of worked but not really. I'm still flirting around with different things. But another one I'm gonna try is like I can do archery. Like I have a bow actually pretty like here, and then I can do archery. I got lucky with the way our house is set up. I could shoot an arrow in our basement.
That's awesome.
So I might try that for a stream, because I think Valorant is actually going to be offline for the next day or two, since they're going to go fully live, I think June 2nd. So I'll have to find something else to put on the stream. And I don't think it's going to be Crucible. So it might be archery. So we'll see. But yeah,
that's awesome.
So flirting around with different things, but nothing quite, nothing quite like I'm making a game for the stream or anything like that. So,
Well, I mean, it may be out there, but I've never seen an archery stream. I would absolutely tune into one of those. I've been real interested in archery in the past, but never got into it. Very cool to me, though. Maybe
it could be the few. Yeah, we'll see. If it really takes off, we'll continue to do it.
You could do like mark a bullseye with different exercises or something. If you hit the bullseye, water break. If you hit anything else, it's like 10 squats, 10 push-ups. You could weave that fitness into it.
Oh, I like that. I do like that.
There you go. I give you permission to use it.
There's the Hero Trainer influencer.
Influencing the stream, yeah. Corrupting the stream.
Enhancing.
Oh yeah, there we go. Potato. All right, so for someone that's just getting into, well, actually, it could be twofold with you. Either the app development stage has an idea they want to go for, or Twitch in general trying to expand their ideas. What is one piece of advice you'd give people?
Okay, yeah. For app development, I think the most important rule to remember is it's going to take 50% more time than you expect to develop whatever you think you're developing. Like, yes, it will. And yes, that's tried and tested. And I guess another piece of information for streaming, I would say don't start streaming until you know what your stream's about. Like you can start streaming, but everyone thinks that over if I do the same thing for 60 days and I power through and I put my time in, it's just gonna grow and get bigger. But unless you have kind of a thing that really makes you stick out, separates you from the crowd, and something that is different, like it might be, like example, like John Roberts' case, is powerlifting, gaming, where there aren't many strong powerlifter gamers, that have that same personality. So he has separated himself out from the thing. I'm lucky in the fact that mine is based around the mobile app, right? There's no one else who's making an app that ties gaming and fitness together, so that cuts me out in that corner. But if you have nothing else to tie on or to separate yourself from, you're just going to be hitting zero, even with the best stream, overlay or the best Twitch handle or whatever. 60 days from now, 90 days from now, a year from now, I can guarantee you may not even make affiliate unless you find out what it is and why you're streaming. It's like it sounds really, like, spiritual, but you really need to figure it. It's important of like essentially identifying your market in the stream world.
Yash, I'm going to break this down for you. We are so incredibly in sync. That is literally my biggest one piece of advice for streamers too. You're exactly right. It's not just playing video games and people will show up. It's finding that one thing about you, and it doesn't have to be something as it can be a barking dog in the background, but just find whether it's one aspect of your personality that really sets you apart. Whether it's it doesn't have to be something as big like Yash is talking about as an app. It can be something. Just find that one thing that people that you like about yourself and people like about you, and just crank it up to 10, crank it up to 11, and I think, like Yash is saying, you'll find success. Not to steal what you're saying, but just to piggyback on it, and I 100%. That's my one. I would have said too. So we're cool. We're clicking.
Absolutely. So I think it's just like something you pick up. Like you and I are on the same page, and I think anyone who streams will probably come to that conclusion more or less sooner or later. It's like you gotta find. You're right. You just like find that one thing and crank it up to 10. I think I couldn't have put in better words. Like that's it. Find that one thing, crank it up to 10. You're set. And I mean, it does. I mean, I think that really does apply to a lot of different things as well. Like it even applies to app development. There's like 8 different apps doing the same thing. You're like, why are you different? Or like, there might be, it really does apply to something. You're going dating. You're in the Tinder pool, right? You're swiping. Why are you different?
Why should I swipe on you?
Exactly. Everyone's always thinking about like, why should I spend my time on you? I mean, time is valuable. Like, why should I could watch Netflix. Why should I watch you for the stream? Or why should I watch, like within Twitch, like why should I watch your stream over like a dude who's got more people, who's more popular, who might listen to me better? It just, there's so many things.
Yeah, very, very well put. While we're kind of finishing up some thoughts here, I don't want to keep you for too much longer, but I do want to open this up to everybody in chat. If you guys have any questions about anything we've covered or anything else you want to know about Yash, about Hero Trainer app, about his Twitch channel, now would be the time. Drop them. Let's get a few in here. If you have any last minute questions, but Valorant, I'll pick your brain on that while they're dropping some questions. Sell me on Valorant. Why should I play Valorant? Because you've been playing it a lot. I've enjoyed watching it, but I still feel like I have no idea what's going on, like with all the abilities and stuff.
Yeah, so I think the best way to put it, right? It's just the problem I had with Apex was I felt like anyone could attack me from any side at any time. It felt like Hunger Games, and like I could, die in the first 5 seconds of the game. Just like all that setup, for me landing on the map and I'm just dead. And I was just like really annoyed. With Valorant, I think so. It's like it's first to 13. It works kind of like if you ever did Search and Destroy and Call of Duty, it kind of works like that. Where the abilities themselves don't really, they kind of help carve out the map. Like they don't really do. Most of them don't really do damage. They just might block someone's view, so you'll smoke it out, and you can kill someone with 1 or 2 shots or 3 shots at the most anywhere on the body. So like checking your corners is very important. Like communication is very important. You can't sprint, you can't be like run guns blazing, like do a 360, like snipe on someone. You have to like carefully walk. So it really focuses on communication. So if you got like a squad that you play with, it really helps out a lot. The abilities, they look, they look kind of whatever, but it's more like CS:GO. If you've ever played CS:GO or you're familiar with it, it's kind of like CS:GO with abilities. So like instead of throwing a grenade, actually some characters do throw grenades, but like instead of throwing a grenade, you might throw like just like this firewall that blocks off a corner of the map. So like someone's not going to walk through that firewall because they'll get burned. So you've kind of now created a way for you to walk without getting shot. It's created cover for you. And then 3, it's just it's very quick on how quickly you can kill someone. So like even if it's 1 versus 4, like the game can still be won very quickly by that one person. Like there's still a chance. So it's not like you're screwed if you're the only person left on the team, like because all you need is a few bullets. So it's pretty nice. It keeps things very exciting, very fun, and yeah, it's just really addicting. Really addicting. You should definitely try it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I might have to get on the train. Even if it's not to stream or anything, I feel like it's a game I can't miss out on because it's a cultural phenomenon at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And oh yeah, Samoan. Oh yeah, did you hear this story? Samoan and I met on stream. He's been, a great member of the dark side, and he named his son's middle name Sith. So his son is gonna grow up in the dark side.
Oh my god, actually? That's amazing.
Hell yeah, how badass is that?
Oh
right?
God,
I wish I had a middle name as Sith. Are you kidding me? If it was my actual name? Oh man.
Cute. It's the XTC. Oh my god, that's incredible.
Absolutely.
That's actually incredible. Wow.
Instead of saying or telling his son how cute he is, he just walks up and goes, "Do it, do it,
do it." Oh my god, that is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like again, it's like Valorant is it's a hard game, but it's fun. Like I mean, it's fun. It really like I mean, you'll have a lot of like good memories with your friends, just like you will in Call of Duty. But yeah, it's like Search and Destroy, and there's like 1st to 13. So even if you've died the first round, or like got your ass handed to you the first round, like you can still come back and defeat the people. Like we've come back from like a 6 to 12 loss and turned that to a win. So it just like it keeps you on your toes. It's fun.
Right.
Like you should definitely and it's supposed to be played on any computer. So like the graphics requirements and the computer requirements are pretty low. So
I might stand a chance. Hell yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Definitely check it out. It's supposed to, they said, I think they made an official statement, like 10-year-old computer could play it. Was
Sweet.
The official statement. So
well, I'll have to crash one of your parties and force you to take me one of these days.
For sure.
You said it's doing the full release soon. Not to turn this into a Valorant podcast, but you said it's releasing soon.
Yeah, June 2nd is the full release.
Cool.
And I think they're going offline because they're closed beta right now, but they're going offline, I think, tomorrow. So.
Well, got to get it in while you can then.
Exactly. Gotta get it in. And I play like if there's a character that you will probably play that looks anything like the Sith, his name is Omen.
Mm-hmm. Was that the one you were playing last night? Guy with the hood and the... Oh, yeah, he's badass. I was sitting there thinking about that, too.
He's definitely fully embraced the dark side, for sure.
Hell yeah, my man.
He's dope. He's dope.
All right, Yash, well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, but I want to turn it over to you. I want you to tell us where we can find you, when you stream, your socials. I want to know everything about you and your content. Where can we find it? I want to absorb it all.
All right, so you can find me or more about the Hero Trainer app at herotrainer.io, and that link should include all my social handles. So at the bottom of the page, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Instagram, Facebook. We have a great Discord community. I believe I posted up earlier. Let me just put back down there again. This is a great place to meet people who are like-minded in fitness and gaming. Brendan, being the badass he is, already posted my my Twitch. Oh, sorry, that was, damn it. Sorry, not Brendan. John, being Brendan is a badass, in there. But
he's
John
still
also did post my Twitch stream. Yeah, you can find me. I stream 6 p.m. Pacific time. I will be streaming again today, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And you can catch me Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And for the app, it's on iOS and Android, so available now. And we do consistent updates. So you should be expecting something, once a week, once every 2 weeks. We come out with bug fixes and updates very fast. So thank you again for having me on the stream, John. This was really, really phenomenal.
Absolutely, man. We'll have to do an update down the road when Hero Trainers exploded and you're rich and famous, and you'll bathing in a pool of gold bars or something. We'll have to do it again.
But
yeah, a little bit. Fame is uncomfortable, man. You know how it is.
Yeah. We'll all be there. We'll be laughing in our Twitch partnerships. So
exactly,
we'll all be there together.
We'll compare check marks. Well,
yeah, that'll be good. No, seriously, I think you'll be a Twitch partner. I think you've grown so rapidly, and I'm hoping that we can also help support you on that mission as well, with us getting big. So it'll be a community effort for helping all our influencers and yourself getting to Twitch partnership. So we'll get there.
So real quick, shameless plug for you. What guild are you in?
I'm in the test admin guild.
Damn it! But he's gonna ditch and join Wasted Crew. I swear. I'll work on it.
I was in the Good Squad guild, which we go by. It goes the box, which is the names of my friends and like letters of their names all together. So, but I'm now in the test admin group to make sure things are running smoothly.
Oh, you big boss.
So many bugs that I have to catch.
Oh, you're doing great, though. On the real note, on that note, Yash is always listening to feedback. He has a feedback button right on there. So if these little bugs crop up, he's done an amazing job fixing them and getting them taken care of. He clearly has a passion for it and wants to improve these things too. So on that note, if you are using the app and ever get a bug or anything, feel free to hit him up on Discord or send a feedback, or you can tell him, the best place for you. But he does listen to community feedback and take steps towards fixing it right away. But yeah, where's the best place that people can send their feedback?
So if they're looking to send new features, the best place would be on our Discord channel. And usually, like, you'll get community feedback, like people will kind of do like an artificial poll where they'll give their thumbs up with emojis and things like that. So that's a great place. I'll always be listening. You can also use the feedback form found on your settings screen on the Hero Trainer app. And if you have bugs, there's also bugs work for both. You can send me an email to, let me type this in, Archon at herotrainer.io. There's a link in the settings screen on the app, or you can also go to the bugs and issues channel on the Discord. So there's multiple ways for you to message me if you're having any inconvenient experiences. We'll take care of those.
All right, sorry, my dog is losing his damn mind in the background. But all right, so thank you so much, Yash, for coming out. I had a great time talking with you. I won't hold you up, seeing as I'm the reason we're late. Everybody just know I'm the reason we're late. Yash was ready, twiddling his thumbs, waiting for me. But I had a really good time talking with you, man. And I'm gonna force you to squad up with me on Valorant real soon.
All right, dude, I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm going to play Omen first because you only want one person to play Omen. So.
Fair enough. You show me how it's done first, and I'll be sitting there with a notepad taking notes, and I'll see if I can duplicate it.
No, I'm kidding, dude. Yeah, but no, seriously, it was really an honor to be here. Thank you so much. Great interview, excellent questions, and yeah, we'll do an update interview down the road. And again, very excited, very happy to meet all your members in the chat. Great questions by them, and seriously, we'll see you as in the Twitch partner pretty soon down the road. So, thanks again.
Sounds good, man. I'll take it easy, Yash. Great talking with you. Thanks again. All right, everybody. That was Yash of Hero Trainer and the Hero Trainer app. Once again, now that I've got him off and can talk all the good things about him, he's truly an incredible dude. He's the most positive person you'll ever meet. If you think I'm positive, go check out his stream. He'll bring you right up. You'll be having the worst day, and he'll turn that right around. But seriously, go check out his app. It's completely free, not any option to monetize. It's 100% free. You can get on there. It's a step tracker. You're walking around. I'm about to walk the dog and get some steps. And you get your steps counted, and from there you can redeem using the points you earn for in-game rewards. It's as simple as that. You can get everything from Apex coins to V-Bucks to the Borderlands 3 Season Pass to Minion Masters Giant Packs. It's really an awesome idea, an awesome app, and it couldn't be a better person running it. So huge thank you to Hero Trainer, to Yash for coming out. Please check him out. He'll be streaming in a little under 3 hours. So 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Check him out. He streams daily on the weekdays. And yeah, please go support him. He's a good dude. You can make your own judgment call when you're there, but you'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about.